So thankful for Toya Johnson, who is going to be joining us tonight. You guys know her from all of the reality television shows that she's been on. She's done so many incredible things aside from reality TV. But you know her, of course, from the Tiny and Toya show, also from the Family Affair, and most recently, the Toya and Rajane show, which is on We TV. She has been a successful businesswoman. She has done so many incredible things. She owns several boutiques and a gym, and she is really working on her health, and her health is mattering, and it is always been that way, of course, because she has her gym, but she is working on her reproductive health. And so we're going to talk about her journey with fibroids tonight, and I just can't wait for her to jump on. I think she is in the building. Hey, Toya.
Hey, boo.
I
How you
know.
doing?
How are you?
I'm great. How are
I'm
you?
doing good. So good to see you. You've
Good
been
to
doing
see
well.
you.
You
I've
look
been doing
amazing.
good. Thank
You look
you.
amazing. I beat my face, girl, because I said, girl, we're going to be on the night with Miss Toya. I
Ooh,
got to put a
you
little
look
face
good.
on. Thank you. Thank
You look
you.
good. How you been?
I've been doing good. Doing
Good.
good. Doing
Good.
good.
That's
Listen,
great.
the girls are in the
Let's
room.
get to
The
it. Let's get
girls
to
are
it.
in
The
the
girls
room.
want to know what's going on, baby. Let's talk fibroids.
Let's talk all things fibroids. Listen, you guys, this is a series of conversations that we're having with Toya. We started this conversation with her back in 2020.
Yes.
And this video vlog that we're doing, this series with you, is your fibroid journey. We are telling everybody that's watching, how you actually were, how you discovered your fibroids, how you've been able to get rid of them, and everything that's in between. So many women, Toya, actually start the journey, they don't complete it, or they get afraid. So this conversation, we thought you'd be the perfect person to be able to share your story. Thank you for sharing your story first.
Oh,
Because it's not an easy one to share.
no. Go through a lot with those things, ups and
Yes.
downs.
Yes. You want to just jump right in. I want to jump right in and just talk about your journey. And let's just take them back to 2013.
Okay.
Let's go back to when you were first diagnosed with fibroids. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's tell them when you were diagnosed and what you were feeling during that time.
So back in what was that, 2013, 20, it was something like
Mm-hmm.
that, 2013, I think. And when they first told me that I had like they was like, you have fibroid tumors. Is how they said it. I'm like, what? Like, what's that? And I used to have really, really, really heavy menstrual cycles. And I would be tired all the time. Like, it was just messing with my day to day or whatever. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I got to get these removed. So I went to see um, a doctor that specialized in it, and she recommended that I get a myomectomy. So I was trying to put it off at first because when she explained to me the procedure of a myomectomy, I'm like, oh, wow, that's like having a baby. But
Yes.
I'm like, okay, I don't like the way I'm feeling. So sign me up. And I ended up doing it. I was down for a couple of weeks because I got cut and they removed them. They ended up taking like 10 out. They were between the sizes of like gumballs to golf balls.
Mm.
It was just watching them there. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm over, I'm done with this now. Like, I should be good, back to normal or whatever. It took me a minute to recover. And little do I know, a couple of years later, them buddies was back and more was back. Okay. I went
Wow.
from 10 to 22, 21. I was like, what is going on?
And so when you found out that you had the fibroids and
Mhm.
you were told that you had to do the myomectomy, what made you wait so long to make the decision?
Well, when they explained to me, it was between a myomectomy or a hysterectomy. And to me, I wanted to have another kid.
Gotcha.
At the time, I'm like, I only have one kid. Like, hysterectomy is not it for me. Like, why is that even an option for me? Like, at the time I'm 30 something, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go to myomectomy route. But when it was explaining to me like the whole process of it, I was like, I gotta find the time, to sit down and really do this or whatever, because it seemed like a lot at the time. But I did it because you gotta make sure you're good, take care of yourself. So I ended up doing it, having a whole procedure or whatever, and going through that only for them to come back who want to keep getting cut on.
Absolutely. And I think that what people don't realize is that usually after 5 years, statistics say actually it's 3.6 years, that fibroids can sometimes come back. And yours came
Hmm.
back after your
Yeah,
myomectomy.
they came back. Not only did they come back, it's like they tripled the amount that I had. I'm like, why do I have 20 some fibroids
Wait a minute. So
again?
you started with two.
I started in the very beginning, they said I had two.
Okay.
Then when I had the procedure, I guess by the time I decided to have the myomectomy, they removed like 10 of them.
Okay. Okay.
And then after removing them, come to find out I got 21. Like, what was it? 21, 22, something like that. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I just went through this whole procedure of getting them removed. Like, who want to keep going through that?
Yeah,
It's
and it could be very stressful. I
very
know,
stressful.
a lot of women who end up with fibroids, especially having multiple diagnoses
Hmm.
because of the time lapse, can develop a certain amount of depression or
Oh, yeah.
anxiety. I
Yeah.
want you to tell us a little bit about how you were able to cope with that.
I think what it does is it kind of messes up your quality of life, because things that you do when you're a person that's on the go all the time, you're tired. You don't have the energy to do nothing because you're drained. And well, in my case, I was anemia too. So it
Okay.
was I was losing so much blood, like I had to get before I ended up having my new procedure, which was the procedure that I just had a couple of months ago, the UFE procedure. I had to get a blood transfusion, so it's just
Wow.
a lot that goes into that. And we don't talk about it enough. When people do talk about it, the first thing they say is myomectomy or hysterectomy. They never really talk about, other options. It's like they don't
Right.
exist.
Here at the USA Fibroid Centers, we do a procedure that is minimally invasive,
Hmm.
meaning that you do not have to go into any kind of surgery. Let me repeat that. Is a minimally invasive procedure that we do here at the USA Fibroid Centers called the UFE. Everybody say it after me.
UFE.
UFE. And the
I
UFE.
feel so much better since having that procedure. Like, for real. I was just amazed at how, like, I remember posting that I had the surgery, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm about to be down for a while. After removing all of those, shrinking all of those fibroids, I'm like, I'm gonna be down for a while. I just had this procedure done. I felt like myself within the next 2 days. I'm like, I'm just doing everything normal again. My mother-in-law, like, you need to slow down. You just had a procedure. Like, within a week, I was doing a photo shoot. I'm back to normal. Like,
Mhm.
I'm like, well, I need to slow down. Like, maybe I'm just doing too much. But I just felt so much better, like, instantly.
Right.
The first day you go through the pain, from them, the procedure that they do with them shrinking it and going through your veins and stuff like that, so you feel that because they're shrinking in your body,
Yes.
and you feel like the crampy feeling, but after that it's like normal.
So you were you offered another procedure other than from your doctor, other than myomectomy? Like were you offered hysterectomy? Were you offered
Mhm.
ablation? Like tell us
I
that
was
part.
offered both again.
Okay.
Like, it's those are the two options I was offered both times. Like, when I went in again, like, I really I just cannot believe this is back. I was offered the myomectomy again, or the hysterectomy. Like, if you're tired, basically, if you're tired of going through this, I suggest you go this route. But I don't want to do that. Like, I may want to have more kids. Like, my husband want more kids, so it's like, no. And then I don't want to be getting cut up on. Like, what else do you have for me?
Right. Right. And especially being a public figure. I mean, it's you know, when is it a good time? I always tell people it's never a good time to say goodbye, and it's never a good time to get a surgery. Right? It's just
My
never.
goodness. I'm
It's just
like,
never a good
yeah,
time.
it's a really, like, quick process too. Like, I went in, um, I ended up going in. They did their little prep thing. They hooked the stuff up to my veins, taped my arm up. Next thing you know, like, within, I think that surgery was less than an hour, and then I was out. I was like, oh, that was just so quick.
Yeah.
It was quick.
Yes, it's a very it's a fairly quick procedure, and the downtime, as you said,
The
is the
downtime, I would say, everybody, I would say this, everybody body is different. So, I don't know. I know it's not a long downtime, even if it's a couple of days, 3, 4 days, 5 days for you. That's better than getting cut on and you down 2 weeks. But for me, I was down like 3 days, like in a bed 3 days, like for real, and then just back up, just doing my normal stuff.
and we say 7. Like we tell people, in a week or less
Yeah.
you'll be back to
I
work.
thought
So you
feeling back to normal so fast. I was like, damn, I don't feel like I just, it was just weird. But then I had to remember, though, regardless, it's still a procedure. So I had to tell myself, I even did a post. I'm like, I just got a procedure. Slow your is down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a procedure regardless. And you need to, at least a week, 2 week, something like that, like to just be chilling.
I want you to tell them about when you or prior to this procedure, some of the impact that it had on your work life, because this is part of who you are as a
Mm-hmm.
public figure. You are, we look at you for your style, your fashion, your business acumen. We look at you for those things. But how did the fibroids prior to this surgery, when you had the myomectomy,
Mm-hmm.
how did that impact your personal life? I want you to tell them about that part.
It definitely slows things down. It messes with your, TMI sex life, because
Mhm.
it's extremely painful. It's just a a lot. Like it's carrying them fibroids around and just going through that. It's a lot.
So if you're on here and any of these symptoms you're dealing with, if you're watching me, now is a good time for you to give us a call here at the USA Fiber Centers, especially for my ladies that are in
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, or if you're in New York, if you're in Philadelphia, if you're in the DMV, any of those places. We have centers all over the country that will be able to answer any of your questions. I definitely want you guys to call, and I want you to call the number, and I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen and pin it, because now is the time for us to stop suffering in
Mm-hmm.
the silence and stop making the wrongs right and
Mm-hmm.
overcompensating with pain pills and taking an extra outfit and all that stuff, or
Mm-hmm.
not
Oh
going to an
yeah.
event, right? Because you're dealing with these things. Because I want to make sure that they watch your journey, the Toya
Mm-hmm.
Johnson Fibroid
On
Journey, on the USA Fibroid
YouTube.
Center's YouTube channel and our website, which is going to be very important that you watch, where she goes deep, and she's going to be able to tell you exactly her journey and how it started. I mean, you've been going through this for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
10 years.
It's
10
that's
years.
yes. It's that's girl, that is crazy. But you know what's crazy? I have so many women, like now that I started speaking out about it, I have so many women that have shared their stories, and they also ended up having to do multiple, surgeries, like to try to get rid of them. And it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy that so many women is going through this. Like to still be dealing with it like for 10 years is crazy. It's,
Yeah, it's a
it's
long,
crazy.
that's a long time. And with the myomectomy, there are statistics that say with the myomectomy that they do return. However, with the
Mhm.
UFE, they do not.
Mhm.
They do not. There's a 98% chance that they will not return after the UFE. And so we stand on this procedure. We are confident about this procedure, and we are grateful that we have a procedure to offer women that can, of course, be non-invasive,
Mhm.
that they can go return back to work within 7 days, that
Yes.
many insurances will accept. And so this is a really great opportunity for women to take advantage of this information that we're sharing tonight. So I want you to talk a little bit about your anemia, because we were talking about some of the issues that you had while you
Mhm.
were suffering with the fibroids. And I want them to know, like, some of the things you were doing when you realized you were, well, you didn't know you were anemic, but
Mhm.
things that you were doing that gave you a buzz, like, okay, I must have some anemia going on. Tell them what you were doing.
I was eating ice like crazy. Like I kept eating ice. I was cold all the time, like all the time, just freezing cold. I was tired a lot. Like I would get tired like so fast. Like felt like one time it had got really really bad, like right before I had this procedure, and it's like I felt like I was gonna pass out, so because my iron was so low. So it's like you cannot play with that. You cannot play with that. You need to take your iron pills, do what you got to do because it's not a joke. It's really not.
Yeah, and that anemia can create pica, which a lot of people are not
Hmm.
aware of. And you'll have this crazy desire to eat non-food items.
What kind of
Like you want to chew
people eat
ice,
starch?
you want to eat
Yeah,
starch, you want to eat dirt. Like we've heard people even say they
dirt.
want to eat
Yeah,
dirt. They're
dirt,
craving
starch.
dirt.
Yeah, those are the type of cravings you have. Like you want starch, ice, like crazy stuff. I just had a craving of ice. I ate ice all the time. I just had to have ice. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
real bad.
rough. I know it was rough because I was also anemic as well, and I was chewing on ice, and
All
I
day.
used I used to love the smell of like rubbing alcohol. I was like anything that could satisfy. Like I didn't know
Hmm.
it was just crazy. I was like, I gotta get God. I gotta get better. I just gotta get healed. This
Just
is
gotta get
crazy.
healed, girl. It just be so much we be going through as women.
It's
So
so much
much.
that we go through. And
Mhm.
you, I want to go back to the myomectomy because I keep going back to that myomectomy because I want people to understand, the other side of the myomectomy. Yeah, it gets rid of the fibroid, but you could come back. But also, you mentioned that it was like giving birth.
Yeah, because you're getting cut on. I had a C-section with my first daughter. I had a C-section with her.
Okay.
So doing a C-section and doing a myomectomy to me, it just felt the same. Like I'm getting cut on, they're removing a it just felt like I was having a baby. I was like, oh, this is a lie. I don't want to do this again.
Yeah, it's too much. And I'm glad you made that choice, Toya, especially, because that kind of trauma
I'm
to the
glad I
body.
did though.
Yeah,
I'm
me
really
too.
glad I did. Like
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
mean,
women was asking me questions about it, like how do you feel afterwards? I'm like, I honestly speaking, I really feel good. It haven't been like super long since I had the procedure, but it's been like since I had it, I can honestly say I feel so much better. I have energy, like I just feel back to normal. Cause at first this was fading away, girl. I didn't want to do nothing. I couldn't will work, nothing. I'm just so tired. Like after doing my home duties, I was tired. It was it. Like I didn't even have the energy to do nothing else.
yeah,
I'm like, no, this is not me. I gotta get it together and get back to me.
yeah.
It was just taking a lot out of me, honestly. I
And
couldn't even work out like I wanted to because I would be in pain working out. I would be tired like all the time. I'm like, oh no, something got to change.
wow,
So, so
wow.
yeah. So here we are.
Here we are. Here
Here
we are.
we are.
We're post UF surgery. That's
Hmm.
your post UFE. You said you were up and about in a few
I was
days.
like outside, like probably going back to eat with my friends in like a week. But I was out of the bed in like 3 days, like walking around the house trying to clean up, doing stuff. Like I was like, well, I just feel normal. Like I feel my mother-in-law was like, slow down. Because I felt so normal. It
I
was weird.
love it. I love it. And I'm so glad that you're feeling better, and that you have decided to have the
Mhm.
UFE. For those that are just jumping on, Toya it was a candidate for UFE. She had the UFE. We removed 22 fibroids from her.
Mhm.
She is healing and she's healed and whole and back to
Yes,
her normal self again. So
I'm
what's
so
next
happy.
for you, Toya? Well, tell us what's next in your quest to talk about women's reproductive health. What's next?
Well, I go in and out about having more kids, but I kind of think I want maybe one more. But that's the good thing about it. At least I know now that that's out the way that, if when we're ready, we can have a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Yes,
don't have to worry about, oh, I need to remove these fibroids first. Like, that's out of the way. I feel better, and we've been talking about it. It's like, well, baby Rainbow be weighing me out. I don't know. But I do. I go in and out. Like I be like, okay, I want a baby. I miss Rain Band. So
and that is a good thing for those who are watching us. Yes, you can still have children
mhm.
after UFE. unlike hysterectomy, you can still have children after UFE. And so I'm so glad that you now have that option to be able to conceive again and grow your family and extend your family. I want everybody to make sure that you are watching this vlog, because this
Yeah,
is
make sure.
something that I do.
Right. Make sure y'all check the vlog out. It's on YouTube, on USA Fibroid Center's YouTube page. I just go into detail about my whole fibroid journey. So
I want
check
you
that
guys to
out.
go over to our site, our website, the USA Fibroid Centers, and make sure that you watch Back in the Fight, Fibroids Return, and make sure you watch our YouTube channel and our
Hmm.
website for all of those episodes. Toya's sharing some really good stuff, some really good information. It's a sit down conversation where she is being, just completely and totally transparent about her journey. And so we are so grateful for that. We are so
Yes,
grateful to you
girl. We
for
gotta,
that.
I gotta just share what I've been through with the girls. Like
Absolutely.
you have
Absolutely.
to.
Absolutely. So did you want to leave your followers with anything to share tonight? Did you want to leave them with a call to action?
Yes, ladies. So if you are suffering with fibroids, if you need more information, like in detail, make sure that you go to the website. She's going to pin the website here. Make sure that you go and talk to somebody over there. It was amazing working with them. They was with me throughout my whole UFE procedure. Really, really, really helpful. And they, just talk me through everything before deciding to make the decision to do it. And I can honestly say, I feel so much better. For real, for real. I wouldn't lie to y'all. Like, I feel so much better since having it. And a lot of my friends ended up doing it also. Like, I have a few friends that decided to go that route and they say the same thing. So, it's other options out there other than hysterectomy and myomectomy. So, just do your research and, hit them up.
Awesome. Awesome. Listen, y'all, this was short. It was sweet, but it was impactful.
Yes.
And we are so thankful tonight. Thank you for your time. I know you're busy and you have a family, so we're not going to keep you any longer, but we appreciate you sharing your journey. We hope that this vlog will help somebody in
Mhm.
their journey to healing and to wholeness and to rid them of these horrible, horrible fibroids.
Fibroids.
Yes. Thank you, Toya, so much. I
Thank
love
you
you.
guys. I love you too. Thank y'all so much. I promise you, y'all have been so helpful. For real, for real.
Well,
So
good.
thank y'all.
I want them to see your journey, y'all. And before I get off of here, y'all, for those who don't know, y'all, she is really like showing the full journey of her
Yes.
after the surgery, before the surgery, after the
I'm
surgery.
taking
Like
y'all
she,
through the whole process. So make sure that you check it out on a YouTube page, USA Fibroid Center YouTube page. And you will see how when it started in 2003 till me deciding to make the decision to do the UFE procedure and how that went, the whole process. So check it out and thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And we will chat again.
yes, we will. Talk to you soon, Toya.
Talk
Thank
to you
you.
later. Thank you.
See you later. Talk to
All
you
right.
later.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.